וזה, רק, הלום ברחום המועד. מלכותך, מלכות כל העולם שבלבותו קדוש ומעלה, פותח את ידיך ומטביע בכל ארצות, אנחנו כל אשר ירבה ואתה ידע יורה כל בבית ובעולם אנחנו מברך יה מעתה ועד עולם. Davening is not specifically but it's a research. I'm gonna do that. Davening is here. Checking if you're any chance. Yeah, but they were praying together. In meetings, right? Oh, Chicago. Okay. Yeah, the compass is so you're driving a record? We work together for the years. Yes, we have children. Party. You party. Back in the days. Oh, he was in the building. He was in the building. Yeah, really? The night that it fell. He was inside the building. Yeah. Estábamos hablando del edificio antes. And now you're coming in. He had just moved in. They were just moving in. Oh, really? Yeah. Did the insurance pay first? I don't ask this question. Poor people in LA now. I knew. What's going to happen to those? Insurance only have to say billions. Yeah. No, but they all check lots of that. They all make everything. And they buy some cheap lots. He's already planting the house. He's already. He's after the fire. He's the earth. Right here. Replenish. That's actually better. And even plant some. It's only 9. Tomatoes in there. All right, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Ami's here. Ronnie's here. Other. Ami in a second. Go for it. The miracle here.
קדש וקדש ימי רבה. למד יברח אלותי וממלכותי ועצמה פוקנה מכל המשיחי. חי יכולנו ויום יכול מחר בכל בית ישראל בגלה בזמן קריב. ישמי רבה מבורא לעולם מיה יתברך משתמר יתפאר ותאמר וינשא ויתעלה 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 שביעו ובריחו. אלא מכל ברכתו ושירתה ושמחתה ונחמתה דאמירה בעלמא.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu Abraham, lo Isao, lo Jacob, ומרחמים טובים קונה יעקב, ונוכח חסדי אבו ומתיגון השמוע והבאה. ולרושם משה מגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, שם השידורות מויגש, מחמש מחייב מצומנו, וברכתו למרתו שנאפה, מי כמו חבר גבול לא מלמד ולכם לחג ישוע, ולמען החיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחייך המתים. ככה טוב הגן נביאי, הגן הסב ימת. קדוש, 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 ברוך כבוד אדוני ידינו, שחטאנו לאמור, יהיה טוב וטיב אותם שנים ברכת אדוני השנים וגם שבא נסמנת לקבל בעולתנו וקבצנו יחד מאהבה כפות ארצנו ברכת אדוני עמו ישראל ישוע שתף ושונה יותנו ונתגידה וכסף ממנו יקום אותם ולא כתב אדוני ואהב יחסד ורחמים ומשפוט ברכת אדוני ודק ומשפט אשרי מעטים קיבל בכל המילים ולא זדים ולעיני והכהו שווה למגן ולפניה בגלל ויערינו ברכת אדוני ומגני הצדיק הצדיקים ועד החסידים וישיבו בין ישראל הפתה וסובלניה גאי הצדק ועלינו באמונה ורחמנו ומהר ואין נותן שכר כל תודה אמת ושים חלקנו לעולם לנו וכינו אהבתנו ברכת אדוני ונפתח לצדיקים ורחמת שוב ותשכם לתוכה וקשר בי ואל תלפתו להתעללה ובתחל אותה לקלות ויענו עולם ברכת אדוני בונה ירושלים ועד אבינתיה נראית פניה מקלות ולפתח כאילו ישועך כאילו כל היום ברכת אדוני ונקרן ישוע שמע כולנו עלי אלוהינו אף על החנה רחם עלינו לקבל ולהאמין ורצנו תפילתנו תהיה שומע תפילות ותמונתה ומפניך מלכנו לקראת תשיבנו כי אתה שמעת בכל פה ברכת אדוני שומע תפילה עשה אדוני ובתי ישראל ישלטה וחרבת כל דלתו ונתיר רצון תמיד עבודה ישרמיה אלוהינו ולכן ויהווה יגיע ויהיה ולצא ישמע ויקפר ויעשה וחבינו וחבינו שתיקון אבותינו סיכון משיח בן דוד תהל וישרת לקודשה ולא כל העמות בית ישראל לקרוא לבניה לקרוא דבר לכן לכסף לעמי חיים ושלום לראש החודש הזה ישרנו אלוהינו בו לטובה אלוהינו בו לברכה שינו ביאה לחיים טובים ורחמו ורחמון עתה ובעזינה עינינו ישוע ציון ברחמים ברמות העוני גם משהו שחינתון לציון
שמך ובקבל
אלה בבוקר טוב כי לא קלו רמי המברהם תמתינו לה ואל כלאי ועלה וטובה ונעשה שחמה כמו תמיד עולם בית ולגל ידודה שאלה בנעלי שמועה גדול לה היא טוב ותנוסן אחרי לילה טוב ברוך אתה אדוני שמחה ונחנה להודו שים שלום שבאו וחמייתם בסדר והיינו אבינו כולנו כי על פניה כי ועל פניה תתן לנו ואולי ואין אותו לכאן ולכן זה מסתפו ולאו ורחמים וחם ושלום וטוב סרט קושעה בשלומיה ברוך אתה אדוני
אמן
יקדש שמי רבה ולמד דברי היטב ולמד היטב יצמח ותקנה מקדם משיחי אני יכול את ישראל בגלה וצמח קריב
Direkt neyle bizi verirler dolar. Ne kadar
ונאמר חיי אדוני למלך על כל הארץ והיום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד אחד קדש וקדש שמי רבה עמד ויחידותיו ואמונותיו יצמח וחוקריהם יקיים ישיריהם אמן
Today, tonight's learning is Ili Nishmas. David Ben Binyamin. Your side is tonight. It's Shomer Shav and Aliyah. We're going to say L'chaim after davening on special bottle of whiskey. Okay? And breakfast? I don't know if you want. When we order, we get something. All right. So today, Rosh Chodesh Shvat is a special day in Jewish calendar. The Torah tells us something special happened on this day. This is not just in the Gemara. Not just, but this is the Chumash that tells us, and that is that Moshe Rabbeinu began Mishnah Torah. Began repeating the entire Torah. The book of Devarim began. It was 36 days before Moshe Rabbeinu passed away, and it says that started Rosh Chodesh Shvat. It's alluded to actually. It says Eila Hadvarim. Eila Hadvarim. Right? Eila is the gematria of 36. Aleph is 1. Lamed is 30. Hay is 5. 36. 36 days before Moshe Rabbeinu passed away, he began saying over Chumash Devarim, and also Moshe Rabbeinu, it says the Gemara tells us Moshe Rabbeinu translated the entire Torah. He translated it to 70 languages. Moshe Rabbeinu translated it. No, there's a whole question. If Moshe translated it and that was okay, why did
God says he only did make
simple pshat means he made it.
36 days
before Moshe passed away. Moshe Rabbeinu passed away on Zayin Adar, and 36 days before that he started the repetition of the teaching the entire Torah. Everybody, the Chumash Devarim was said over 36 days, beginning of Chodesh Adar. Yeah. Why is it okay if we made it? It was a whole big deal about the day that the Greeks made the Torah be translated into Greek. It was considered Yidden even fasted on that day, and it was considered a terrible day for Am Yisrael. And the question is, why was it such a terrible day if Moshe Rabbeinu himself did it?
So he didn't. That's why.
No. The answer is given. No, it's discussed all over. I'm saying there's a refreshing way to discuss it. Other Farshim say it's not the case. They say that that's what it says. And they explain that there's a difference between Moshe Rabbeinu and Moshe Rabbeinu. The reason why when Moshe was doing it, he was penetrating the languages. He was penetrating the world with kedusha, with holiness. He was bringing holiness into the languages. He was bringing holiness into the rest of the world, which is the job of Moshe Rabbeinu, which is ultimately the job of every single year, which has a piece of Moshe Rabbeinu within us, is to bring the sparks of kedusha into every physical object, including. Huh?
So what do Uchelis do?
He's saying it's called a pirush.
Every day. Targum is translation.
But it's called Targum Uchelis.
Targum is a translation, baby.
It means to understand the Torah.
I think we're saying the same thing. The question is what we call translation, what we call a pirush. We're saying even a translation is called a pirush.
Even the English today, but you waited the English Torah.
It's
a pirush. It's not a.
Okay.
Torah has
what he's saying is, it's not when you translate something, it's lost in translation, and therefore you have to adapt. You have to adapt words. I'll tell you something further.
Has 1,000 faces.
So
So that's why we have many.
furthermore, basis, and we're going on a tangent. That's why I was going to go here because I knew it's going to get my. But
1,000 ways of looking at it.
there's too many important things that we have to discuss. But it's brought down. I heard Rabbi Yossi Baltil explaining. I don't remember who it's from. Maybe it's from Rebbe. I don't remember. But that the reason why the Baal Shem Tov spoke in Yiddish. All the Pirushim of the Baal Shem Tov were in Yiddish. Why was it in Yiddish? Okay, so two things. First of all, this is not from them. First of all, people did not use Lashon Kodesh. It wasn't used as a language. Bichlal, it completely wasn't used as a language until 18 something. I don't remember what year it was.
What?
Lashon HaKodesh. It wasn't used as a language to speak, as a speaking language. It wasn't used as a speaking language. It wasn't used as communication. It was used strictly for davening and reading Torah. That's it. As a modern day language, adopted by modern Zionism, that was in the late 1800s. The late 1800s, that's when it started. And it took time. It wasn't accepted just like that. So instead, there were different languages that were used, and that was Yiddish, Ladino. There was a version of French also. There was some type of dialect of French which was used by Jews. Creole, no.
1881.
1881. Okay, there you go.
What about Amharic?
What about what?
Amharic.
Aramaic. Yes, also. Yeah, they're all.
That's why they're using.
Of course, but they're all Yiddish is also and Ladinos also.
No, that's why you're saying Aramaic. That's why you're saying.
In any case, the point is, he says that the reason why he was explaining the reason why the Baal Shem Tov spoke in Yiddish is it's similar. He said like Rashi wrote in a Rashi. There's Rashi font. There's a Rashi font. Right? What? That's not the point that I'm saying. There's a font alluded. There's a font called Rashi font. What is Rashi font? What is it? It's a Lashon HaKodesh. It's Hebrew. It's Hebrew letters, but a knockoff of it. Why? Again, because Lashon HaKodesh, the original text was reserved. It wasn't just used. It wasn't used for a newspaper. It didn't happen. We didn't use that for newspapers. So it was sort of a bridge between Lashon Kodesh and regular language. Rashi was written in that format. It's sort of like a step down, like Aramaic.
That's Aramaic.
Like Aramaic.
What you're saying is Aramaic.
And the same thing, he said by many tzaddikim, they would speak in a different language, in Ladino, in Yiddish, in Old French, which was a Jewish, which was a Yiddish size. You know, in America, they call it yeshivish. There's a yeshivish language. You know, there's a certain lingo. You know, Baruch Hashem, Mamish, Taka. You know, there's a certain lingo that Jews have. And anyway, the Moshe Rabbeinu was bringing up the languages. He was trying to bring it down, not to bring up, to bring it down. Anyway, that was Greek. Anyway, let's do it quickly today. Of course, Rosh Chodesh was supposed to eat something extra today, and you didn't. Still do it tonight. Eat something extra. That's hard to do. Okay. Me today.
Tonight is not Rosh Chodesh.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Well, let me tell you,
Yeah, I'm coming up to the Zusha. Of course. That's what I wanted to get to. That's why I didn't want to go here, but we went there. So whatever. Let's go. We're gonna get there. We have too much to do for tonight. Let's go. There was a yard site which was celebrated in Talmudic times that happened tonight on Beis Shvat, the second of Shvat, and that is Alexander Yanai, who was a king of Israel, but he was a Rasha. He was a wicked king, and his death was celebrated. The Jews celebrated when Alexander Yanai was our king. When he passed away, everybody celebrated. It was a big celebration. I'm not going to make any comparisons of recent, but he was a complete lunatic, and it was celebrated. Anyway, he has a neshama. The neshama should, I guess, have an aliyah. You could say that. But I don't know if you can. I don't know if you say lahavdil. I don't know what to say because it was a good. But I don't know if you say lahavdil. But tonight is a very special yard site. Like Ami said, it's the yard site of Zusha of Anapali. Of Zusha of Anapali, who famously said after 120, they're not going to ask me, why weren't you Moshe Rabbeinu? They're not going to ask you why you weren't Avraham Avinu. They're not going to ask you why you weren't this side or that side. They're going to ask you why you weren't Zusha. He said, that's what he was crying. He said, why ask you why you weren't Zusha? Why didn't I live up to what I was supposed to be? Instead of trying to be somebody else, why wasn't I? That's what's famous for Zusha. But Zusha of Anapoli is also, he's the brother of Melech of Lezhent, two great tzaddikim. And the famous story, we can't miss the story of Melech and Zusha, which were once arrested and put in prison. And I don't remember which one it was. One of them was crying. I don't remember if Zusha was crying or Melech was crying. I don't remember which one it was who was crying. And the other one asked him, why are you crying? He said, why am I crying? He said, I can't daven because there's a bucket. The Melech was crying. And Zusha told him, there's the bucket of the toilets inside the prison. You can't daven. Says, why are you crying? He says, I can't daven. You can't learn. He says, I don't understand you. He says, Zusha told him, Melech, I don't understand you. He says, why can't you? Because it says in Shulchan Aruch, because it says in Code of Jewish Law that you can't. So it means you're following what it says in Code of Jewish Law. So you're crying. You should be excited. When else do you have such an opportunity where you can't daven because that's what Torah tells you can't daven? So now the reason why you can't daven is because you're connecting to Hashem. So that's where you connect to Hashem by not davening. So a yid, no matter what, we're always connecting to Hashem. Whether we could daven, we can't daven, we're always connecting. That's what we have to always do. We have to always remember to connect to Hashem. Of course, they start dancing, of course, and there's two versions of the story. One version of the story is that the warden came in and said, why are these Jews, why are they dancing? And everybody started dancing, so they made a tumult. He said, why are they dancing? He said, because the bucket over there, they took it out and they were able to down. That's one version. That's not the version I like. I like the second version better. And then they freed him and they have to go down. I like that version better. And tonight.
So the second version is they freed him?
Yeah, that's the second version. Sorry, I like that version better. Tonight is Yard Site, the Shabbat Shabbat and Aliyah. Of course, we know that in the holy book of Tanya, it brings over there, it has there there's no what's it called, approbation? What's it called? The appendix? No, before by the appendix, you have there a book says something nice, approbation, right? Haskama. In English, it's called approbation, right? So there's the approbation of Zusha and Melech in the Tanya. That's where so obviously they must be tremendous tzaddikim and
all good friends.
All good friends, yes. Tonight is this Shabbos is also the yard site of the Amshinover Rebbe, passed away in 1936. Another great tzaddik, the Amshinover Rebbe, from the Kalish dynasty. And Amshinover Rebbe was known what he's a lot of things. One of the famous things he's known for is for he would bench for a very long time. After we eat, we bench. We bench for a very, very long time. Well, someone's asked him, "Why do you bench for such a long time?" He says, I spend such a long time to eat, I shouldn't bench at least as long as I eat. Not just that, but it takes time to make the food. It takes a half hour to make the food, and then what? I bench in 5 minutes. So whatever it took to make the food and to eat the food, that's alone, at least he said he had to bench for. So that's one of the things he's known for. When we zip through benching, and at least one thing we should feel bad. Think about the option of everything you feel bad about while we're zipping through it. Anyway, Maida, Rabbi Binyamin, that's all yours. After davening, it wasn't learning, it was just play, it was fun.
Adonai Yoshua, Melech Yameinu Yom Koleinu, Adonai Yoshua, Melech Yameinu Yom Koleinu, Adonai Yoshua, Melech Yameinu Yom Koleinu, Iskadar, Iskadar, Ishmeinu.
Amen.
Yalma Liberogo Sevi, Yalma Sevi, Yakma Pelikonu, Yom Shirei.
Amen.
Ayechonu, Yom Echonu, Chadechol, Beshishru, Bakolot, Bankolevim, Romein. Ola Mishtaba, Before, Mizroma, Mizroma. Mishador, Mizore, Mizalo, Ishmael, Kuchobricho, Elo, Mikol, Rozo, Shirozo. Dos Rozo, Vedechemoso, Damiro, Yalmo, Amen. Baruchu es Adonai, Hamoilo. ומה ביום לא ממדים ביום ובלא אדוני שמו ברוך אתה אדוני אמרי ורובי כי הם חיינו וידך ימינו ויום ולילה ויבוסו לא זוזים ממנו לבינו אתה אדוני אוי חבמו ישראל שמע ישראל Adonai Echad. Adonai Elohim, Amen. ומלכות צועים ורוצה קיבלה לך מוישה בני ישראל לכון השירו ושימו רבו ויאמרו לו מיכה מויכו בוי מלכות צורו בונך ושבשו זה עליונו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לא אלוהו Ruchato Adonai Goal Yisrael. One say no Shalom Yato Yato Ki Erish from day once in the Minoi. Amen. Rizador, Rizalosh, Medical Joblico, Elomi Golos, who is also named also Nehamos, Amen. Shkada Shkada Shmerab, Amen. Moserias Babylon, Amen. Ayechon of Yomechon, and the whole basis of Bagolis Bankovim Rome. Amen. Hello, because also we should also teach me also and the Hemos and Amino Yom of Him Rome. Iskabel Shirosona Bason, there will be Shirokotun, we have always Maru in Rome.
Amen.
Yes, Rabu Mishumaya, behind Samurai, the Valkor Israel in Rome.
Amen.
O Seshalom in Rome, Yasa Shalom, the Valkor Israel in Rome.
Amen.
Cacoso, Besoro, se cuando no imbrojo, vuelve, Neman, Royal, el colores. Vayoma, Oyado, no llegó, Tushmo, llegó. Iskadal, Shmerabo.
Amen.
Yom libro Ferusel, Yamma Hosel, Yasmapis, Goremigromijley.
Amen.
Ayehono, Yomehono, had all Bessis, Bakos, Bakorevim, Rome. Visador, Visador, Shmerika Jobrijo.
Amen.
Elo Migol Hoso, Shirokatish, Behoso, and Ehono, Yom Low.
Amen. Amen.
I say shalom, even though I say Skadal, Shmeirab. Yom Libro Serbia, Mimahu Serbia, Smatik Gone, Amen. I Hono, Yom Hono, Haide, Holmes, Israel, Bagolas, Makolevim, Rome. Ishbola, Ishtaba, Ishboar, Vizroma, Viznatei. Ishadar, Ishalev, Ishadar, Medico Chobrico.
Amen.
Elo, Hoso, Giloso. Amen. Ali Suel, Arabano, Yakol Mano Rosso, Hele Hosh, Omorabo, Son el viejo, todo mi todo, Mahuro, Ishmael, Vado, Vibrome.
Amen.
Bravo, Mishmai, behind the Leva, Israel, Vibrome.
Amen.
Say Shalom, Vibrome, Mohuya, Shalom, Leva, Israel, Vibrome. Oh,
Amen. Presente asks us to see L'chaim. Come, let's make a L'chaim. The Rishmas, the Dubin, the Benjamin. Because your said tonight is the Shamash having Aliyah. Come, Bambas, let's make a L'chaim.